Morning everyone, especially to you ma'am. I am Ken Joshua B. Sorigao, the presenter for today's discussion. It's all about impact that is implement of RA 8293, Economic and Social Development of the Country. Overview. Introduction of Intellectual Property. Use and needed to intellectual property. What is copyright? Importance of copyright. What is copyright infringement? And punishment of copyright infringement. The scope of the report is all about the articles and subsection of Republic Act No. 8293, also as Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines. This presentation aims to describe and give further example and explanation of copyrights and copyright infringement. The implication of this statement will rely on the understanding of each audience and any further impact if necessary. Introduction of Intellectual Property Law. Republic Act No. 8293 shall be known as an act of prescribing the Intellectual Property Code and establishing the Intellectual Property Office, providing for its powers and function, and for other purpose otherwise known as the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines. It was signed by President Fidel V. Ramos on June 6, 1997 and took effect on January 1, 1998. Intellectual property refers to any creation or product of the mind or of one's intellect. It can be of any form which are original in nature, such as an invention, original design, and an application of an idea, trademark, or a literary and artistic works. According to RA 103/72, or the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines of 2013 as amended, the term of intellectual property rights consists of copyrights and related rights, trademark and service marks, geographic indication, industrial design, patents and layout design of integrated circuit, and protection of undisclosed information. Intellectual creation are thought to be necessary for the success of the economy of the nation. This is because intellectual property allows the recognition and control over the commercialization of a creation or invention. An effect intellectual property code and ensure the development of domestic and creative activity to facilitate the transfer of technology in order to attract foreign investment and to ensure the market access to products. An effective intellectual property code has also allowed the protection of the rights of the creator, inventor, scientific, composer, or any person as an author of an idea to security of use of his idea alone without any infringement on his rights is tantamount to a blatant disrespect on his hard work of effort, depriving him of his proprietary rights under these codes. An original work is secure and protected under the time of inception of the idea itself. Use of intellectual property. The use of intellectual property bears a social function to this end. The state shall be promote to diffusion of knowledge and information for the promotion of national development and progress and the common good. It is also the policy of the state to streamline administrative procedures of registering patents, trademarks, and copyright to liberalize and registration on the transfer of technology and to enhance the enforcement and intellectual property rights in the Philippines. The IP rights are important because they can set your business apart from competitors and be sold and are all licensed, providing an important revenue stream and offer customers and something new and different and from an essential part of your marketing or branding and BIOS and security for loans. Understanding copyright. What is copyright? A copyright is a collection of rights that automatically vest to someone who creates an original work and authorship, like a literary work, song, movie, or software. These rights, including the right to reproduce the work, to prepare the derivative works, to distribute copies, and to perform and display the work published. What is copyright important? The importance of copyright is an essential component of the modern educational experience. Copyright is important as it helps to protect the value of an author, academic researcher's work by giving the originator of the work the ability to protect it from unlicensed or uncredited usage. The leads to the prevention of their work being copied to the degree where they cannot sell it effectively or receive credit for it. In this way, copyright fosters an intellectual creativity as it provides an incentive for a creator to work of freely, allowing them to gain recognition for their work as well as protecting their livelihood. How long do copyrights last? And 70 years example. First, literary works, 70 years after the author's death. Second, films, 70 years after the death of the last of the major of creators of the film, which include the director and scriptwriter. And music, 70 years from when it was officially released, and computer generate works and 70 years after they were first created and distributed. Copyright infringement. Copyright infringement occurs when there is a violation of any of the exclusive economic or moral rights granted to the copyright owner. It may also consist in aiding or abetting such infringement. The IP code also provides for the liability of a person who at the time when copyright subsists in a work has in his possession an article which he knows or thought to know to be an intriguing copy of a work for the following purposes: is selling or littering to hire or buy of trade, offering or exposing for sale or hire the article. B. Distributing the articles for the purpose or exposing for sale or hire the article I mean or trade or for any other purpose to an extent that will prejudice the rights of the copyright owner and the work. Or C. treat the exhibit of the article in public. For example, the music of industry was caught off guard by the development of online music sharing and websites such as Napster. Napster was an online music website that allowed peer-to-peer sharing of music files. Through their of network, customer would sharing of distribute music of various artists for free. Record companies within the music of industry sued Napster for copyright infringement to protect their intellectual property and won their case. Napster was found of violation of copyright laws because in part the company knew of the whispered distribution and did not do enough to stop it. Also, the music was copied and used by customers, which was financially harmful to record companies and the sales of their music. Napster was also found to have to financially benefit at the expense of record companies by allowing the copy on distribution and music. Companies seeking targets for the copyright infringement claims can also go after the companies providing the service but could also seek damage and from internet service provided ISPs as well as individual users. Copyright infringement is punishable by the following. First, imprisonment of between 1 to 3 years and a fine of between 50,000 to 150,000 and pesos for the first offense, imprisonment of 3 years and 1 day to 6 years plus a fine of between 150,000 to 500,000 pesos for the second offense and imprisonment of 6 years and 1 day to 9 years plus fine ranging from 500,000 and to 1,500,000 pesos for the third and subsequent offense. Conclusion: Republic Act No. 8293 referred to as the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines protects and secure the exclusive rights of scientists, inventors, artists, and other gifted citizens to their LP and creation. Protect of intellectual property is essential for promoting an innovation. Without intellectual property protection and companies and individuals will not fully profit from this creation and will devote less time to R&D. Another thing to keep in mind regarding this regulation is that ideas or concepts are not protected by intellectual property rights in the corporate world. The safeguard actual corporate assist that may be crucial to the growth and profitability of company, the successful of its product of service or both processing a competitive advantage over the business in a similar industry is advantageous at increasing the value of the business and its the marketing of its goods and services. Recommendation: all invention and ideas that is unique should not publicize without registering it. Second is document your own work. Lastly, you shall document our own work. Copyright law recognize the independent creation doctrine, which is some things called a defense, but is actually denial, and any copying. In a nutshell, you need to show that you did not, but copy. In fact, you're independently created your own product. To do this, you shall be able to show your work, just like math teachers requested in school. And the best way to avoid infringement claim is to take a step and minimize the risk and maximize the opportunity to for defense. If a claim is made, consider an infringement claims and extremely expensive to defend. This is a situation where prevention is the best available tool, and avoid copying works of others to avoid copyright infringement.